All right, let's talk about the new Metallica song, Lux Aeterna. Have you guys heard of this band? I saw them on TikTok a while ago. Apparently they were on Stranger Things, you know, that Netflix show, and all the kids were talking about them on TikTok, and I said, METALLICA, who is METALLICA? I'm not familiar, but I checked them out, and it turns out they've been around since like 1981 or something, but I just discovered them on TikTok and from Stranger Things. Turns out they've been around for a long time, and they have a new song called Lux Aeterna. Now, I will be honest with you, and first of all, this is a genuine reaction. I have listened to like 5 seconds of this song. I legitimately haven't listened to it, so you will get a real reaction, unlike all those other phony reactors who are pretending to react to songs that they heard a long time ago, but not me. I'm giving you the honest truth. This is my real reaction, just to set the stage. To be honest, I've never been a huge fan of Metallica. Obviously, I have heard everything that Metallica has ever done, like blah, blah, blah. I'm very familiar with their catalog. But for me personally, I've never been a huge fan. I like the Black Album. That's my favorite thing that Metallica has ever done. I like a few of their more thrash songs, like Battery, you know, is pretty cool. But in general, my taste as far as thrash goes more towards stuff like Sepultura, Creator, Sodom, you know, Dark Angel, that kind of thing. So I've never been a huge fan of Metallica, and especially, let's be honest, they had a little bit of a rough patch from, let's say, the Black Album, which I consider their last good album, up until Death Magnetic, which was 2008, right? So they had a 16-year patch that was a little rough, There was the, you know, the Lulu album with Lou Reed. There was the absolutely dreadful collaboration with Ja Rule, which we will listen to later, Load and Reload. But I feel like, you know, they kind of came back to the fold with Death Magnetic and started playing thrash again that, you know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best thing in the world, but it was decent. And now, with having been a band for over 40 years, my question is, what are they going to do? I listened to a couple seconds of this, so I do know that this is kind of more in the thrash direction, but how is Metallica going to sound 40 years into their career? Let's check it out. Alrighty, are they going to gent in a colored room? I hope so. I hope that they've been taking their cues from all the younger bands. I hope that they open with a Doomsday riff. Okay. It's thrashing off the bat. Very boomer riff. Magnification, all generations, approaching thunder, all right. Full speed or nothing, full speed or nothing. So far, you know, I wouldn't say that this is like the best thing I've ever heard, but I'll be honest, it is a lot better than what I was expecting. Is anybody going to give this a 10 out of 10? Probably not. But look, they've been a band for 40 years. Is there any band that puts out their best material decades and decades and decades into their career? No, right? I mean, somebody in my Discord, I think, made a good comparison, comparing it to the new Slipknot album. Is it Slipknot's best album? No, but it's solid, and I think that's all you can expect from a band this far into their career. So far, I'm actually kind of liking this. Not bad. I mean, this almost sounds like something they could have done in like 1984 or something, right? It's like very punk. I think this sounds good. This sounds like it was written for a video game or a theme song or for a show or movie. Yeah, kind of does sound like that, doesn't it? There we go. Blazing solo from Mr. Kirk Hammett. Actually, I can't even tell if that's Kirk. They must have reused this video set from some shitty band that sounds like Architects meets Linkin Park. Listen, I want to see your faces. I need to know, is that really Kirk or did he use a body double? Yeah, I think James sounds solid here. That bluesy double stop there. No wah-wah though, right? How is it a Kirk Hammett solo without wah-wah? me. Somebody needs to like take this video and like put it over some shitty gentcore song, because it's really disturbing me. Like, I just associate this style of video with shitty generic gent bands, and I can't unsee it. This rip is trying to sell me a 2023 Kia Sportage. Okay. Oh wait, we thought it was over. It's not. There's more riffing. There we go. Okay. Well, I agree with this. 5 for fighting in the chat here says, not groundbreaking, but if it comes on, I'm not going to be upset. That's pretty much how I feel about it. Yeah, thrashing in a colored room. I wouldn't hit the skip button. I'll be honest. I would say this might be a controversial opinion. You may have expected me to come on here and say that Metallica is crappy, washed up boomer thrash, that's not how I feel about this. I would say that for me, this is the best thing that they have done since the Black Album, in my opinion. Again, would I give this a 10 out of 10? No, but I think most of what they did between the Black Album and now is like mediocre at best, or like shockingly awful at worst. So I would say this is pretty damn good. I kind of like the punky kind of vibe to it. And most of all, what I'm responding to here is it seems like they're having fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, Hardwired wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad either. It was decent. But it seems like they're having fun. You know, this is a band that's been through a lot of dark times, obviously. I like it. I think it's good. They seem like they're having fun. I think it's solid. I like the energy. They feel like, you know, a lot of the stuff you listened to before in the past from Metallica felt like they were either kind of like going in a direction that they just weren't really able to pull off, or maybe like, you know, they had various things going on with like, you know, alcoholism and fighting and divorces and blah, blah, blah. This feels like Dad, you know, has a new girlfriend and he started working out. You're like, Dad, you got a little pep in your step. That's what it feels like to me. I'm into it. Now that we've listened to it, let's take a look at how some of the other people are responding to this. The first thing is your boy Bradley Hall. His thoughts. The new Metallica song is great, but I thought the solo was pretty underwhelming. I saw a few other people that said that. You're supposed to say now that Kirk Hammett sucks. And I mean, he's not the world's most technical guitarist. I will agree with that. But, you know, Kirk is Kirk. I think his style is certainly very recognizable. And to me, that's more important than technical precision. But your boy Bradley Hall, who I'm a big fan of, shout out to Bradley Hall, recorded his own Metallica solo, Metallica Lux Aeterna, but the solo doesn't suck. Let's hear what he came up with for his solo.
Lux Aeterna!
Play that thing, Bradley. Play that thing. There's the whammy. I actually agree with this. Big Skinny says, my hot take, almost all solos sound the same to my broken brain. That's how I feel too. So I will respectfully excuse myself from judging this one. I'll let you guys be the judge. What I was missing is this. I was missing a feature from Ja Rule from their iconic collaboration. This is real, by the way. This is real. Their iconic collaboration with Swizz Beatz and Ja Rule. We did it again from the Biker Boys soundtrack. This is a real song. I'm not making this up. This is real. Oh, feel that funky groove. Anyway, I was missing the Ja Rule feature. Metallica peaked in 2001 with their song from the Biker Boys soundtrack. Some other interesting, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with metal fans is everybody's a fucking armchair expert about everything, right? And everybody especially loves to shit on Lars, which is sort of understandable. He can be sort of an obnoxious person. But everybody seemed to be very upset about the kick drum sound on this from our friends at Loudwire. Lars Ulrich is once again the focus of criticism. I mean, that's kind of always how it works, right? Folk punk artist Frank Turner, his tweet here. I don't know if this is, I hope this is a joke. The new Metallica song is pretty damn good. What's up with the kick drum sound though? High-end ring to it, like 16K or something. They got the snare sounding good now though. I hope that that's a joke, especially from someone who's a musician. They should know better than to say dumb shit like this. Personally, I think the drums sound pretty good. Like, I don't hear it at all. I think the drums sound great. Where's the double bass? Yeah, I think the drums sound great. I think the drums sound really good to me. Lots of other people kind of saying the same thing. To be honest, I hate the drum sound of basically every Metallica record. At least it isn't Saint Anger snare drum levels of bad. I think Metallica drums sound, actually, like the Black Album, I would say has the best like rock drum sound or like metal drum sound of all time, in my opinion. Listen to the new Metallica song, What the Fuck Is That Bass Drum Sound? Sounds horrible. Quite enjoyed the new Metallica song, won't win any awards for originality, and Lars has that weird glassy kick drum sound again. I don't hear it. I mean, maybe it's a little bit loud, but I agree with this. I feel like people just say buzzwords to convince themselves something they already think. The drums sound fine at worst. That's what I think too. It sounds fine to me. If anything, there are people saying that, you know, Lars was sample replaced in the mix because it sounds too good. Like, I don't think it sounds like Lars because it actually sounds good. You know, I can't comment on that. I'm sure it's edited and sample replaced like every other modern metal recording. But yeah, I mean, I don't hear anything wrong with that drum sound to me. Sounds good to me. I mean, yeah, maybe the kick drum was a little bit clicky, I suppose, but sounds fine to me, so I don't really get it. They all seem like boomers. They probably haven't heard what a modern metal bass drum sounds like. I think so too. I agree with that. The other big piece of news, Metallica's world tour featuring none other than Pantera and Mammoth WV on night one. So every date is 2 dates, and it's two separate sets on night 1 and night 2. And on night 1, Pantera and Mammoth WVH, this is for America, are opening. Night 2 is Five Finger Death Punch and Ice Nine Kills. And then over in Europe, it is the same lineup, but Architects are taking the place of Pantera. First of all, very cool of them to take out some of these bands. Like, obviously Pantera is like, you know, legendary, iconic band. It feels weird to see like Pantera in such like small letters here on a Metallica flyer, right? But that's how big Metallica is that Pantera is small even compared to Metallica. That's how big they are. But I think it's really cool they took out like Mammoth WVH, Ice Nine Kills, and Architects. And also cool they took out Five Finger Death Punch. But especially for Architects and Ice Nine Kills, like, what a moment for metalcore, right? Super cool of Metallica. They could have taken out anybody, you know, I mean, the list of bands that would like literally sell their souls for that slot is endless. They could have taken out anybody. So the fact that they chose Ice Nine Kills and Architects, I think, number one, says a lot of cool things about Metallica in terms of like their taste and who they want to bring out. These are relatively like, you know, younger, newer bands that they want to support. And number two, just like, how cool is it? Like, if you remember Ice Nine Kills from the days when they were like passing out CDs in the Warped Tour parking lot. And if you remember when Architects were Architects UK on Century Media, both just these tiny little metalcore bands, you know, 15 years ago, who would have ever imagined that they would be opening for Metallica, you know, 10, 15 years later? How cool is that? It's amazing. Really cool moment for metalcore. And Pantera and Metallica, that is like every like redneck metal dad's just dream come true, right? Pantera and Metallica on the same night. They're going to be shit-faced on blackened American whiskey by 7:30. They're not even going to make it until Pantera. They're just going to get hyped listening to Walk in the minivan on the way to the show. They're not even going to make it there. Every dad just jizzed down their tube socks, soaking out those New Balance kicks. That's right. Those are my thoughts on the new Metallica song, Lux Aeterna. I think it's pretty cool. You know, is it the best thing I've ever heard? Maybe not, but I think it's pretty damn good. It feels like people are being hard on it, but I think it's pretty damn good. I really do. Even me being not a huge Metallica fan, I think it's damn good. Also, shout out to the boys in Architects and Ice Nine Kills for getting the opportunity to play these shows with Metallica. Super cool. Just really big moment for metalcore. So I am excited for it, and I hope everything goes off smoothly because it's a huge opportunity for them. That's right. They could have taken out Ja Rule, and they should have. They should have taken out Ja Rule.